Modern shipping operations face steadily rising demands for improved safety and efficiency, as accidents and their potential consequences become less and less acceptable. These developments reinforce the need for safer navigation and continuous monitoring of vessel status and position. Everyone involved in shipping is well aware that such improvements are urgently required. Navigators are currently provided with a wealth of equipment on the bridge, but have to devote much of their time and attention to continuous evaluation of data from these diverse sources. In addition, manual plotting of position gives only an historic result. By showing only where the vessel was, rather than where it is now, this reduces the navigator's chances of securing an overview, particularly in restricted waters. Put briefly, watchkeepers need better tools for keeping abreast of events and responding to critical conditions. Systems must provide current data and be designed to reduce the navigational workload. The basic problem is that today's navigational aids are individually helpful, but not coordinated. A first step is to create an electronic chart that can form the core of an integrated system that combines all the information needed for safe navigation in a single visual display. This system will show navigators their own position, right now, and that of other traffic on an approved electronic chart. A fully integrated solution along these lines will pave the way to automated navigation and an entirely new level of navigational safety. Opportunities for an integration along these lines have been pursued by the Norwegian Hydrographic Service, drawing on Norway's solid maritime traditions. In addition, the service has benefited from experience gained in the pioneering North Sea project on electronic navigation in the late 1980s. These resources were coordinated with a number of other Norwegian state agencies, research institutes, and companies specializing in maritime instrumentation in the so-called Seatrans project. A collaboration was established with Norway's Seatrans shipping company to test the new electronic chart display and information system, or Ecdis technology, under realistic conditions. This trial employed the 4,500 tons deadweight Nor News Express, a specialized paper carrier which sails primarily between Trondheim in central Norway and Hamburg and Amsterdam on the continent. The demanding and heavily trafficked route between these ports is now covered by a test database, digitized from paper charts and compiled by the Norwegian Hydrographic Service. A prototype system for storing and displaying electronic charts of the whole route is installed on Nor News Express, and these charts are constantly updated via satellite transmission. Employing the Inmarsat satellite communication system, this data transfer system can replace today's rather cumbersome notice to mariners procedure for chart updating. Another satellite network, the Global Positioning System, is employed in determining the vessel's position and placing it accurately on the electronic chart with the aid of 3 or more GPS satellites. This system uprates the position every 3 seconds. A collision avoidance radar ensures that all traffic in the vicinity of the ship also gets shown on the same electronic chart. This gives the navigator a full overview of the distance and course of other vessels which could pose a threat in relation to the planned course. Combining all these aids with the right electronic chart provides the navigator with a quick, accurate and continuous overview of vessel positions at all times and the location of nearby traffic. To improve the accuracy of position fixing in a narrow channel, signals from the GPS satellites were also received at a shore station and the margin of error calculated. The result is transmitted by a radio beacon to the ship for automatic correction of the position on the chart. The dotted line shows the heading entered in the autopilot. The colored channel indicates the safe route. Route has been entered in advance and is checked by the electronic navigation system to ensure that it remains in navigable waters. An alarm will be sounded until a new waypoint has been selected that avoids the shallows, colored blue on the chart. This is how the position appears on the actual Ecdis screen. News Express follows the course under autopilot control. The navigator monitors the course and can see at a glance where the ship is and that the system appears to be functioning in real life. A full overview is particularly important at night in narrow and heavily trafficked channels. This display is in the night mode. The ARPA radar registers 2 vessels crossing the course, and these are plotted onto the Ecdis screen to give us a full view of the overall position in the nighttime dark. The navigator can choose between different levels of information and degrees of complexity according to the data considered relevant. While the color and symbols on this test installation do not comply fully with the International Maritime Organization's provisional performance standards for electronic chart systems, it provided valuable experience of the relevant levels of information required under different conditions. Additional information is provided on a display to the right of the main screen. Data given here include position, course, and speed. The GPS gave a position accurate to better than 10 meters by using differential GPS corrections, continuously updated and transmitted onto the Ecdis unit. News Express has been designed for one-man operation. The watchkeeping officer can use the electronic chart screen to monitor the vessel's progress along the pre-planned route and employs the ARPA for frequent checks on the ship's position and surrounding traffic. If necessary, of course, the navigator can deviate from the planned course to avoid dangerous situations. Once any hazard has been averted, he'll then be able to resume the original route. Based on the experience gained through tests and trials, a new chart display system is already being developed with a larger screen, faster operation, and improved colors. Reaction time, or capacity, as well as colors and sharpness of image will therefore be much improved on the equipment now being developed. The Hydrographic Service worked intensively to have a chart database ready in time for the whole route from Trondheim to the berths in Hamburg and Amsterdam. Leading international specialists in this field have described the results of these efforts as one of the world's most advanced databases so far produced by any hydrographic office. Although the Norwegian coast is regarded as one of the most complex and demanding stretches of shoreline to navigate, the officers on News Express have observed that the electronic charts for such areas as the complex approaches to Hamburg were highly useful. They argue that these charts provided a valuable peace of mind and an overall view, as well as keeping their pulses down. Accurate and easy-to-digest information is particularly important in heavily trafficked waters like the Elbe, where a number of radar beacons and special channels can complicate matters. An electronic chart system should not be seen as another piece of standalone equipment alongside the other bridge instruments, but as part of an integrated navigation and track-keeping system that will add a new dimension to safe navigation. The real challenge is to create an approved database, and this has represented a major bottleneck in developing such charts. Results from the Seatrans project mark an important step forward in demonstrating the Ecdis concept's international performance standards. The Norwegian Hydrographic Service is continuing its work on establishing an international database. The ship is shown here in true scale, revealing the actual distance between the sides and close dangers. The Ecdis system was used from berth to berth for several months during the trial period in autumn and winter 1990, with encouraging results. Although Nor News Express is seen here at her destination in Hamburg, the project participants are continuing work on the challenges and areas of commitment exposed by the Seatrans trial. Experience from the project has been presented in 3 reports, available on request from the Norwegian Hydrographic Service.